Yeah, yo. What's up? Welcome to the We Should Be Drawing podcast. I'm here with my boys.
What's up?
How you doing?
Let's introduce each other.
Yeah, let's do that. Again.
This is Mogau.
We'll do it so
This
much
is Mogau.
that we become great at introducing each other.
Yeah, that was so awkward. Why did we start off a podcast so awkward?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but
yeah?
It's like the bottom. There's only
There's only up from here.
yeah.
No, true.
For some reason, like my self-conscious self remembers the episode where you asked me where I was, and like in terms of like what do you like pay attention to, and I realized I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of also in the kasi. I mean, I'll explain. I know it's just like
Give us
what?
context.
I'm in Japan. I also watch out for what's happening in France and America, but I'm also in the kasi because I actually listened to the latest, what's this? Questa and Kabza project. Wow. The most kasi. There's Mapiano, there's Kwaito. Yo, bro, I felt like I was back in Soweto again. It's I don't know, I haven't heard people talking about it, but it's so good. All the songs. And the first song had me.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was in a 325
I think that
back in the hood. Yeah, dog.
I think everyone would have heard about Questa's thing if Nota was still a part of that.
Is Nota not a part of that?
No, they parted ways, him and Questa.
Oh, Jesus.
real?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I had no idea
That
about
nigga,
this.
that's how this guy became the guy we're watching. That's how Nota became this person. It was when that separation happened, from what I can remember.
How crazy is that? You part ways and then you can literally see the value drop.
You know what it is? It's not even that. Look, I think
maybe I don't know.
I think they work really well together. So Questa was good at being the guy in front and being the star, and Nota was legitimately good at operating everything in the background. And now I guess like he's doing a thing where he's coming to the foreground and everybody. He's doing it right. Like, but man, it's so hard to watch.
I think
Which
his
one?
skill level is still there. I don't know if there was a quality drop, because
Bro, like the height of Questa was when Nota was involved.
I guess,
From
because people
what
are not
I've
talking
heard.
about it, right? That's what
See,
you're
That's exactly what
judging
I
it from.
Yeah.
I guess,
I have
man.
no idea.
Yeah, I haven't heard people talking about it, and I've been bumping it for like a while now, like ever since it dropped, and it's such a great project.
When did you drop?
A while ago, like.
And you found out about it recently.
No, I just realized like I don't talk about the music that I talk about,
I see.
and I wanted to bring it up. It dropped in 2022,
Jesus Christ.
like I think late last year or
If
something.
Nota was involved,
You would know.
your Nota's gonna love me after hearing all this.
Yeah, I guess, man. You never know. You never know what people like. But also, I can't speak of it because I don't know. Like, we actually don't know how much value he added. And I guess you guys are just saying it because you don't even know
What would happen
about
here?
the project.
Who would have to leave for this to fall
Oh
apart?
my God!
Oh no!
Here we go. We gotta answer it though.
I think it doesn't.
He's about to weasel his way out of it.
Not a weasel. Give a logical answer.
No.
A
You were
well put
very
on,
very
very
for once.
diplomatic.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not diplomatic. Very truthful, because it had. I don't know.
No, I think it's you, Terence. No, legitimately, because I genuinely feel like you have the best of both worlds. In terms of the relationship you have with your boy there, is probably the same that you have with me, if not more.
But
But it's like you and me. I've always said this, man. You and me here is tough.
according
to me-
not anymore though.
No. We could chill now,
Yeah, we could chill for.
but like,
We could talk. We could have a podcast. We should actually do that. I don't know if we talked about it.
I think we should do it. But also,
let's try it out. Get the fuck out.
No, but just to add to what he's saying, I think it's also because like we know each other through you as well.
Oh,
Like
that's
without
true.
you, there's like none of this because I know Mogau. You literally brought me to Mogau.
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, why?
Yeah, why did you bring this guy?
That's what a good thing going. Why are you bringing this extra nigga? And then I just didn't know you people knew each other from like way long.
Because
Way back.
I was literally bringing you to him, basically.
I was annoyed actually. I was annoyed. I
Yeah.
was so annoyed at this guy.
Well, I was annoyed at your skill level. I thought I was the only one.
I thought you were great, but the only thing that just annoyed me about you is you get touched easily. I was like,
I was touched. Yo,
Terence, where do you
your
find
boy's
these people?
emotional. Yo, your boy is
Where do you
emotional.
find these people? Terence?
Nah, that was long. Any social interaction at that age was like, I mean, I'm better at it now, but you guys can still see it. Sometimes I get like, you know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I try to hone it, and as soon as it happens, I'm like, fuck.
No, but honestly, we all have it. He
I don't
has
know.
it too.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I
he
mean,
has
we've
it.
seen it from each other.
Like
What
you
do I
get
have?
touched a little bit.
Oh yeah, but I mean, with me, you know. Okay, wait.
What?
He gets touched.
I don't get touched that easily. Bro.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, fine.
No,
fine.
you might be the one that gets touched the easiest.
most?
Yeah, like the roles have switched.
How so? Oh, like
No,
I'm him now.
it's not
Yes.
like that.
No,
It's
for
on
real.
specific,
This guy gets touched,
but
bro.
specific situations and top. There's a lot that needs to happen for niggas to get touched. Like there's a lot of parameters. Even for you to get touched, there's a lot of things. Like
For sure. Yeah.
What are you, Terence? You're perfect.
No, not
What do you-
perfect.
oh, he
you
gets
don't get
touched
touched?
as well. I've seen him get touched
This
amongst
fucking
us as
Nah,
well.
y'all have never seen me get touched.
No, this guy,
Bro,
right, so-
anytime we talk about Kanye West,
no, not
What?
even. No, not like that. I saw it from. Okay, there was actually two things, but the second one, like, it was my fault for sure. Like, that was me.
Oh, when you... No, that was how I was touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you told people my business. I guess. Was that one? Was that one?
I actually didn't tell anyone.
that is
Okay, but okay, wait. Okay. Okay, fine, whatever. Nah, okay.
So which
Tell
one?
people your
Which one?
business is wild also. Right? No, but it's wild. Like,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
get touched, but yes, it's wild. Yeah, but
No,
Which
man.
one was it?
No, not like the most recent one.
Yeah.
I was looking at these,
careful.
what do you call it? I think you got like an art piece from someone and it was sitting on the table.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it. And I was like, you know, there was like another one underneath. And I was taking it, putting it next to the thing. And then you were just like, you're like, hey man, don't. I was like, what do you mean don't hold these things like that? Like, I know how to hold artwork.
I was touched.
He was, this guy was upset.
Yeah, it
I'm like,
happens. It
hey.
does
I
happen.
was touched. You know
Yeah.
why? Because it's paper, right? It's Fabiano paper. So
It's magic.
Please explain what Fabiano paper is for us, for those of us. No, I genuinely don't know what Fabiano. It sounds. You know.
So I was just seeing him. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know where his hands have been. First of all, I don't know where his hands have been.
Yeah.
You just come from the outside world. I just bought this
COVID.
artwork.
Yeah.
No. This is a great conversation. I just bought this artwork. He has no idea how much it could potentially cost. You don't just hold an artwork.
Tough.
That's long, bro.
What
Fabiano paper.
did I do, Terence?
The fact that it was even in your hands, bro.
What do you mean? How did you get it from him?
No. Mukhao. It doesn't. I got it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean everyone can hold it.
But it's like how I was holding it. That's the thing, right?
Tell me how you were holding it.
Dude, I was holding the edges. I was holding the edges as you should hold the thing. It's not like I was
I
like...
wasn't there.
I wasn't holding it like a monster.
I wasn't there.
You know?
Okay. My thing is,
First of all,
I'm touched again.
if I'm holding... no. If I'm holding Fabiano paper,
Sure.
first of all,
You know what Fabiano paper is?
it's
No, it's
textured
just
thick
yeah,
paper.
yeah. It's not
Okay,
that-
thank you for explaining it. Jesus Christ. My God.
And it smudges easily if you touch the artwork.
Oh, I see.
And it was charcoal.
And it was charcoal.
And it
bro.
was charcoal.
So it's tricky. It's
First of all, I know all these things because I'm seeing how the thing
tricky.
looks.
I know.
Correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so I asked, oh, who's this? You tell me who it is. And then I'm taking the thing, the artwork on the top, and I'm shifting it. I pick it up, right, from the corners.
Sure.
And then I place it to the side,
And
next
then-
to the one that's
And then
underneath.
his rage meter.
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm,
happened.
I'm building at this point. I'm building.
And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, right? And I know how to hold paper. Like, you're treating me like
Yes,
I
we
don't
went
know.
to art school.
So I'm looking at the other one, and I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. And I'm about to, like, you know, at this, I guess, like with the second one, I was like feeling the paper, like the just like the edge of the paper. What did I do wrong? Was it just
Wait,
was
you're
I not
feeling
supposed to-
underneath or what? You're feeling the
No,
top.
it's like because I guess I slid my fingers underneath the paper that was on the table.
Yes.
So it's like that. I'm like doing that with it.
Okay. So two things,
Okay.
right? Maybe one, but two. Let's go with two.
All right.
If somebody says, "Yo, be careful how you hold that,"
Yeah.
you shouldn't be upset.
It's the way you said it.
Ooh, you don't talk to me like that.
No, I mean no. But the thing is, he
Like
knows.
you don't have a right to be upset because
I
already
don't.
it's not yours.
This is true. It's not.
So if I say, "Be careful how you hold that,"
Yeah.
because you are already holding it. I'm not saying it before you hold it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it while you're holding it.
This is true.
So I'm like, okay, be careful. Whatever you do, just be extra careful.
Facts.
There's no need for me to be touched because I'm like, I said what I said.
Yeah,
right?
but I
Wait,
can
wait.
already hear it right now. You have a level of like control of how you're saying it. I can imagine in that moment there was not this much level of control.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe I said it with a little bit of spice. Still, even with spice.
Hey, yo, be careful how you hold that.
Nah, I
Definitely
don't talk
not
like
like
that.
that. It's too
I don't
loud.
talk like that. My when I get angry, I get calmer. So
Yes,
he
you
could
do.
hear it, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And it's just like
That's
yeah.
exactly what I mean. It's like, first of all,
It's condescending. It's
No,
almost
I-
like maybe condescending.
it
Sure.
is because it's like, nigga, I know how to hold paper, but also I get it, right? It's like, I got an art piece. It's valuable to me.
To me.
And I'm gonna, dude, I also thought it was a nice piece of art. Like, that's why I'm there looking at it and admiring, right? And also, I do understand that because it's still in paper, it's not like framed or anything. It's even more fragile.
It's so
Yeah.
fragile. Anything could happen.
So in my mind, I'm like, I've never come here and like touched any of your things in a disrespecting
Long.
any of your work, any of your work.
Yo, artwork.
Long.
Wait, I have.
Say specifically.
Okay, what did I do? Okay, what did I do now?
If
Okay.
first of all, if I see how you treat my walls, if I see how you treat my windows, if I see how you treat my clothes,
That is
if I
insane,
see how
bro.
you treat my food, if I see how you come on, bro.
What?
Food is a big one.
Come on, bro.
What?
If all these things add up, I'm not getting you near my artwork.
What did I do to the walls?
What I mean?
No, he's
last
making
week
an
it was this.
example.
No. There's an actual example.
He's naming things.
Okay, no, go.
specific things.
No, go.
Yeah, last time you were using this thing to train you.
Yeah, I was using your
We're working on-
exercise
And you were
thingy magic.
stepping on white walls. And I was like, yo, watch the walls. So already how you treat my walls, cap. So I'm not letting you near my
Oh,
artwork.
was this a build-up?
No, it's not a
Was it
build-up.
a build?
He broke my window.
Oh my god. Okay, don't say it like that.
You explain it there.
Don't say I broke your window because
happened?
breaking your window is
Oh, you've been holding shit in. And at that time, you were just like,
Oh.
be careful of the fucking artwork.
Wait, no.
He's not
Terence.
being fair because there's
No.
context to all of this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yes.
But like you saying I broke your window is a long thing to say.
Explain.
First
Because
of
the
all-
window wasn't broken before you were there.
Okay, listen.
I wasn't there.
No, you're not there. You're not there. Here's the thing. For someone who's listening in on this, they are imagining a perfectly put together window that is like stable and everything. It's like it's well put together. Like it was built like there's no cracks in there. There's absolutely
hilarious.
it's not thicker. It's not
Give them context. then.
there's absolutely this is the most perfect window you've ever seen. And I came and I broke this window. Like I came
What
and
happened?
also what is like
Who leans into windows? What?
Which? I don't know the scenario. Explain the
I
scenario.
wasn't leaning into the window.
How did it break?
I was
Explain the scenario.
what kind of podcast is this? This is like an interrogation thing. Like
But if you
No,
explain the
you-
snenario, that would be nice for everyone.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Terence's window in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right?
I never saw this.
Yeah, I
You
saw
could
it.
probably see it from the
It's
camera.
still broken.
Like there are holes there.
And I'm responsible for all of them.
He's not. You might be responsible for just 2.
2 of them.
2 is crazy.
Okay, what happened? My goodness, what happened?
So first of all, okay. Like the building that we're in is pretty old,
Sure.
right? That's the
Okay,
first thing,
fair.
right? Some of the windows and things here are not exactly like well maintained,
Sure.
correct?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That means that there are some parts that are like, like hanging by the last thread, so to speak. No, for sure, literally.
yeah.
Because when I went to the kitchen and I was looking down there, that's when we were talking about that dog statue down there.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I guess, obviously, I'm like, peering from your window, looking down, and my hands are like on your window, like so. Correct?
Yeah. Oh my God, I've never heard this.
One of these, slabs of glass is not sitting properly. It is not sitting properly because the thing, the dough that they use to stick the glass onto the frame.
Old.
It's old. It's dry and it's cracking off. Right. So
Yeah.
when I come in and I do that, my man, that was the last straw
On the
that thing.
camel's back.
And the plate, literally, I placed my hand, and the thing just fell off. It fell off. How is that me breaking your window? Like that you saying it like that is crazy to me. But also, I take full responsibility because I was the one who got there.
Yes.
Because God forbid, your mother comes and she touches that.
She wouldn't lean into
That's
windows.
not leaning. Not leaning. That's not leaning.
I don't know. Is it leaning?
Is that leaning?
When you're not there, the thing doesn't fall, and when you're there, it falls. What is that leaning?
But have you ever touched those windows?
I have.
Interesting.
Okay, so all the other things that fell there, because it's not just the one that I touched.
Sure.
All the other ones, those other holes, how did those happen?
Wind.
Wind. Okay, great. So okay. Oh, okay. Then
No, the banging of the window. But anyway, the point of this is
It was a build-up.
after an accumulation of things.
okay, cool.
It's fair for me to go like, nah.
And
before we even get to this,
and then when it comes to your clothes, when I was here for about 2 weeks with you,
Sure.
before I moved into my place, I wore his shorts.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
I wear his shorts, and he was very upset with me. Now, if we go back to a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
This nigga took my underwear, bro.
Yeah.
This fucking guy took my underwear. Yeah, act like this. Act like this now because
no, remind me.
Okay,
No,
cool.
actually remind me.
All right, cool.
because I'm happy to admit if I have.
No, for sure, that's fine. This is like the worst episode ever. It's
It's
a weird.
great.
It's a
It's
weird
great.
episode.
Therapeutic
It's
one.
great.
All right, cool. So the thing that you wear on the when we used to wear in winter, right?
Oh, Vasco.
The Vasco, right?
Yeah.
I remember I came for a sleepover at your house, and I forgot it there, and I was like, "Yo, man, there's a thing I left there. Please take care of it for me."
Okay.
And then this nigga comes to school wearing it. Nigga, I told you to
Okay,
I
that's
told
not underwear, but that's long.
I mean,
but fine, fine.
I wore it as that because it's
Sure.
what am I going to wear? Wear
that's
underwear
good.
and that and my
that's
pants?
good. We were kids.
Okay, fine. So I guess everything is exempt when you were kids.
No.
But-
Okay,
Okay,
that.
now,
It
okay,
sounds
no,
like
you know
there's
what,
a-
you know what?
What?
No, it's fine. No, listen. You know what?
There's a bunch of stuff
Here's the thing.
you guys are holding in.
Okay.
The worst thing that I did in all these scenarios, according to me,
Yeah. Is which one? Because the worst one we haven't mentioned. Jesus Christ.
don't go. What? What? No ways, bro. No ways.
You guys,
So who am I? What?
No, but you know the worst one we haven't mentioned, and so we can move on.
Why would you? Okay, so the thing
I'm
is,
happy to move on.
okay, but the thing is, okay,
Okay,
we
fine.
could talk about what happened before
long.
that
This is so long.
because there's a build up before that happens. It's not like I just did my thing. What were you doing? What was he doing? Right? This guy. No, you're not gonna make me look like a villain, bro.
No,
You know
no,
what
no.
you
Hey,
did
listen.
before.
Hey, listen.
Okay, we can move on, but you know the worst one, and you know the build up to it is still not doesn't justify what you did, right?
But what were you doing before I did that?
You know,
Okay, I know what this is.
You know, if we're not giving context,
And
that-
we
that
can't
doesn't work.
give
No,
context.
I mean,
no.
do you want to
Mogau?
give context? I don't know if I want to give context.
No. Terence Mogau?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We can't give context to that one. That one is crazy. No. We just
I'm happy
you
to
guys
move
will
on. Let's
never
move on.
get context
Let's
to that
move
on.
one
Okay, but-
ever in your lives.
I'm happy.
Yeah, let's move on. That's nice.
Basic-
The stuff that you guys need to work out, which is fine, and yeah. So that's
apologize,
where that
No,
came
no,
from,
it's
basically.
chill.
If I didn't apologize for the painting thing, I apologize for that.
I apologize for your underwear.
The window that one is long. Also for the wall thing, apologies for that too.
Yeah.
But the window one, that's tough. I found things crazy here.
Wow,
and
this is chilled. All of this, it's a build up to the painting. The painting is
okay,
just
cool.
like, yeah.
It's the painting is not even a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I
more-
was trying not to get the painting to the window or the wall
Okay.
or the place. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it
There's
moving.
no way.
Can we please keep it
There's no
moving?
ways.
What is next?
We
Guide
can-
us.
yeah,
Give us structure.
There's
'Cause
only
we can
so
go.
long we can fucking
go.
tiptoe.
Yikes!
What
What a mess.
Black coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to
so
Black
that-
Coffee, bro.
He's having his
MSG, bro.
yeah
7 October.
Madison Square Garden. He's gonna be performing there. That's crazy, bro.
Are we going?
Big.
You know what I was thinking about? I was like, what's the like art world equivalent to that? We don't have like, you know, when you reach like as a musician reaching Madison or a performer reaching Madison Square Garden is like crazy. But like, what's our thing?
The thing you're about to do now with Disney, what the heck?
Directing, you think?
Your films, yeah. I mean, it's the closest thing to it.
It is. It's pretty
What
close.
right now? What's higher than that?
It will be Oscars, but that's for everyone.
Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously, that's like the end goal for anyone in film. I
Yeah.
would assume,
Yeah,
but it's like
it is that.
But you guys are talking about awards because a Grammy, which one's bigger, a Grammy or performing Madison Square Garden? And because those things are different, right?
have
Do,
no idea.
Doing
Yeah.
it before you wait. Did he get a Grammy?
He has a Grammy.
Oh, okay. That changes everything.
Yeah. Yeah, what is equivalent to us? I guess like winning a Crystal in Annecy is also great. Like that's
Yeah.
That's
really
also
dope.
great.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, as
Directing, like, I think also creating something.
winning a pitch is nice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's also good. I was about to say something similar to that. Like,
The show getting picked up.
yeah, just say all the things I'm thinking about, and it's fun.
Because you think
Yeah, no, that's literally all the things I was thinking about. Like, yeah, like making something like we talked about it in the last episode, like RTMNT, like making an IP that transcends, you know, genres and time and all that kind of stuff.
But
like,
that is like performing at the Wembley alone. That's because that's
Yeah.
big.
yeah, and it's something that you came up with, and it's yeah, it's
But
crazy.
before we get like
Shout out to Black Coffee. Yeah, man.
Yo, Black Coffee has been making really big moves, man, and
Huge moves.
Madison Square Garden. Who else? Like Trevor performed
wait,
at
wait,
Madison.
wait.
Before that, like Trevor performed at Madison Square Garden as well. I think
That was big. Yeah.
That was
Trevor
pretty
Noah.
big. Trevor Noah. So
That's crazy,
shout out
man.
to shout out to South Africans.
Yeah, shout out to South Africans doing it big, man. Didn't Black Coffee buy one of Terence's paintings?
Oh, you wanna go there? Wanna go there?
Yeah,
Yo,
dog.
bro, that's a moment.
Isn't
Man.
that insane?
That's so sick. I was so excited. Dude, like, send me a DM. He greets weird.
What did he say?
What did he say?
What is he? He says he calls.
Wait, do you
himself.
think it's him?
Like he
is
says-
it is it him?
Call it?
Yeah, it's him for sure.
Okay,
he
cool.
says booty.
Oh, that's hard.
That's cool. That's kind of dope, man. But it's kind of weird. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
Umgaki.
I think I'm Xhosa or Zulu, but I think.
What is Black Coffee?
I think he's Zulu because he's from.
'Cause Booty-
If I'm not.
No.
if I'm
He's
not
from Eastern
mistaken.
Cape.
He's from Eastern Cape.
Yeah. So.
Golly. Okay. Let me check that.
Yeah, please check. But yeah, and from there we started talking. He was interested in a couple of pieces, and
Oh, that's great, man.
man, then he finally chose one, and I actually sent it today.
Yo, congrats, bro. That's crazy.
amazing.
Shut up.
That's crazy.
So, love.
Nice,
love,
nice.
Love, love.
Yeah,
Love to
but
Black
also,
Coffee.
yeah,
Very
shout out
much,
to
man.
Black Coffee.
Thank you.
Wish we
Booty.
could come through. That would be great.
It's Black Coffee.
Terence get
Yeah,
his
he's
tickets.
yeah. KZN, Durban.
KZN for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it says here,
Zulu.
Black Coffee was born in Durban, KwaZulu Natal.
Oh.
Grew up in the Eastern Cape.
There we go.
Tata. So,
Okay, for
where,
sure.
so
that's a weird
where is he from
combination.
then? Like, is he from KZN or?
Yeah.
But KZN is literally highlighted. So I mean,
Yeah.
So is he Zulu?
Yeah.
he is Zulu. I mean, his name is Nkosinathi.
I mean,
like,
you know, we do the damn thing.
yeah, let's all be Zulu.
Okay, yeah.
Let's all be Shaga's
Exactly.
kids. Let's all be Shaga's kids.
That's
But
great.
yeah,
man.
you guys want to go to MSG, 7 October,
I'd
What is
love
that?
to. It's
Let me
just
see.
so much money.
Madison Square Garden.
You can get us tickets, right, Terence?
Oh yeah.
Log.
Right?
Next topic.
I would love to. I'd love to. That would be great.
No, that'd be amazing. Yo,
How's the visa situation?
All of us
Because you
going.
guys are doing the.
Oh my
oh, if
god.
we had to go.
What's happening there? Because you guys are doing that right now, right?
Yeah,
No,
we're
the-
about to travel soon.
US visa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I
scariest
can't wait
situation.
to the point where it's easy.
It's
But
normal.
What are they doing to you?
No, because it was just such a. First of all, we're about to fly to the US for some stuff, some cool stuff. We'll talk about it when we come back. And we usually go to the place we frequent is like Annecy. It's like the Annecy Film Festival. And we're used to going to Capago, which is where you go for your visa appointment and you get the Schengen visa that allows you to go to France and all that kind of stuff. And it's pretty chilled, laid back. It's not like Capago is not
yeah,
scary.
it's pretty,
There's no,
it's pretty relaxed.
yeah, it's chilled. Bro, not me arriving at, well, before that, they send you like one thing that they sent. They sent you a bunch of things that you need.
This is
but
for the US visa.
yeah. One thing that they sent that kind of threw me off, that was like, no phones allowed,
Where?
like within the vicinity
Okay.
of the US consulate. And I was like, okay, I guess that's
Wait,
normal.
is it the one here by Santon?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Sent it.
Why are you pointing that way?
Because Santon is that way.
Let's not do that. Let's not. Nah. Let's not do that. Yeah, but it is the one in Santon. The other thing is there's no parking there. So I'm like, okay, the security there must be insane because no phones, no parking. You get there, you have to wait. They screen you outside first.
Yeah.
Like, do you even have an appointment for this
Outside
date?
by the robots.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dog. Like while you
On the
you wait,
street?
yeah,
On the
you
street,
wait in
there's
line.
a queue outside.
That is insane.
Bro.
Bro, and then you get inside and there's like a lot of checks at the door. Like there's a lot of checks. Do you have metal guns, whatever?
The door? Heavy.
Oh, bro, how heavy the door
The
is
door
insane.
is heavy.
At
Like a
the-
safe.
Like you're not running out of that, and
all
like
the
when
doors.
you steal something, you're not like you gotta
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a safe. Bro.
yeah. And anyway, we get through security and all that stuff. I get to the front, and again, I'm used to Capago and stuff, and Capago doesn't feel like an interview, right? It's just like, yo, where you going? NSU Festival.
Let's speed the story up.
Yeah, I get there. That's why I'm like rushing to get to the point where I almost shat my pants. I get there. I overhear people like actually having an interview. Like it's a visa interview.
Yeah.
Like, what is the purpose of your stay?
Why are you going?
Why are you going? Okay, please elaborate further on the fact that you're going and stuff like that. And I'm like, I have no idea why. The festival or the thing I'm going to, I don't know what it's called. What? I have so I don't have my phone. I can't double check.
They took
Bro.
the phones, they put them in the.
I'm shitting my pants right now. Because they asking people questions on questions. Like, on top of that, like, also, where will you be staying and all that kind
Yo,
of stuff.
how much do you get paid?
Bro, like
How
they
much
ask you,
can you
it's an
afford to go?
interview. It's an interview.
How much
Like-
do you
like
get
a-
paid? And I was like, wait, okay. How much do you get paid?
No, you gotta
bro?
answer me right now.
Answer me now.
Oh, bro, it was the
You
most
qualify
stressful.
to go to this place.
Who's doing these
The guy
questions?
who's
Is it
interviewing.
No, I'm
The
saying,
guy
is
who's
the
interviewing.
person South African or American?
American.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely American.
So when you tell him, do you have to convert? Or
No.
Does
he's
he just
nah,
knows.
He works here, so.
See, so
Ah, yeah,
yes,
well, yeah.
Rants.
but yeah, man, it's such tight security, and it's like, I don't know, Capago felt like going to the mall or something, the French one, and then this one felt like, yo, I don't know, going to an army base. Or
No,
some
I
shit.
was like, this feels like I've done something wrong.
yeah, dog.
What have I done wrong?
Yo,
bro?
bro, and I'm just trying to go to America. It's insane.
Yeah, but for me, mine's gonna be tricky because Actually, tomorrow I'm heading to the Ivory Coast.
Shout out.
So mine is tricky.
Yeah.
Because it takes about 10 days for the actual visa to happen. Okay. So I need the passport to go to
You're
Ivory
leaving
Coast.
tomorrow, and it takes 10 days.
Yeah,
10 days
so-
from when? Now.
Yeah, from now. But they told me to, like, okay, they gave me my passport. I was supposed to leave it there. So they gave me my passport so I can use it to the Ivory Coast. So when I arrive to the Ivory Coast, I need to send my passport back to the what is it called?
The U.S. consulate.
U.S. consulate. And then after 10 days when it's done, they're going to send me back so I can come back.
Whoa.
So if they don't send it back, I'm stuck in Ivory Coast. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot, man.
And we have one of the hardest visas. Well, no. Nigeria has the hardest visas for sure.
But we're right
I was
up
actually
there,
standing
man.
behind, in front of the Nigerian guy. He was telling me, dude, like, hey, that side is harder, bro. If you think this is long,
Heavy lifting.
yo, dude, getting a visa in Nigeria,
Yeah.
Must be crazy.
it's long, bro.
So everyone who's ever
they are
left-
shouting at you, like it's like shouting. Yeah, where you going?
Are you serious?
No. That's what he said to me.
Shouting at you from where?
Interrogating you, bro. Like it feels
Yo,
hostile.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what he told me. It might not be true, but
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, man.
If anyone
You gotta
is-
have your facts straight for sure.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And I was in line when I found out. I was like, oh, it's not one question.
So
Like,
how
wait,
did you answer that? So when you guys answered those
Bro,
questions,
I had to check the paper
were
again.
they happy with all the answers you gave them?
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, but I was scared because I stumbled across it. I was like, I guess it's a thing. I don't really know. It's a
What's
like
the
there's
what's the demeanor of
freaking
the
out.
guy? What's the demeanor of the guy?
Eye
asking?
contact.
Eye contact.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Bro,
That's
interview,
crazy.
job interview, like a hectic job interview. But
then-
imagine you're flying off to another country.
Not even smiling, nothing, just straight face.
He was alright.
Or he wasn't like there's no tension, aggressiveness.
Nah, it was
Right.
kind of chill. It was just
Kinda
like
right.
you know,
I mean, the guy's doing that the whole day. Like,
Yeah.
I would imagine you can't have a tough face all the time, bro. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
he's got to calm down.
it was
or
just
something,
such a
man.
stark difference to the French one.
But that's the
Yeah.
US visa, bro. That's
a
the
mad
That's the
situation.
US visa.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And
What are you gonna do?
What are you
they're
gonna do?
making it so hard to travel.
It's tough being-
Traveling should not be this hard.
Yeah, like our
Traveling should not be
countries,
this hard, man.
South
Especially-
Africa it's hard to go to most countries.
Be Nigerian.
Yeah,
Yeah. Crazy.
insane. You wanna go? Cause I have one more.
Nah, you can go.
The Oscars.
The
happened.
Oscars. The Oscars. I mean, we
and
didn't
there was-
watch them.
Yeah, we didn't
First
watch
of
them.
all.
I just I saw them on social media and
Is-
everything, everywhere, all at once. Got 7
Sweep.
Oscars.
7
Eight.
Oscars.
8.
Sweep.
Are you
8.
serious?
I mean, Avatar got like best. I think CG.
yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But to get 7 for that kind of film was really great to see for me as well. Because if I made a live action film, that's kind of vibe I'd kind of go for.
Yeah.
Probably be more funny. I guess no, it would be like around that as well.
That was pretty funny, man.
Yeah. So that was great for me to see as like, oh, that's inspiring.
Everything, everywhere, all at once, man. That was a really good movie, man.
It's not a typical film to win the Oscars. I don't remember when last, and I might be crazy because I don't watch
No,
the Oscars.
you're right. Like it's almost like
When last an action
the other
film?
ones are so obvious. Like it's like
Yeah, it's
clickbaity. It's like oh,
It's like acting.
slave.
Yeah.
Or look, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like maybe like a nice, really quiet, very novel
Yeah.
type of drama, and you know what I mean. It's just like, but this one was very unconventional to win an Oscar.
It's very unconventional, and I'm glad it won, man.
It was good.
It's so cool.
I mean,
And
most-
animation won as well, but yeah.
Which one is that?
I don't remember. It's one of the films you said you wanted to check out with the
Describe main
kid in the
character.
snow and he meets like a few animals.
That one.
Yeah, I think it won something.
That's
I'm not sure what
amazing.
it
Oh,
won.
the
Fox,
watch
the
that.
fox with the
Yes,
kid.
I still need to watch it.
Oh, that's
yeah,
crazy.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it
that
won
looks
some
good.
Oscar if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
fantastic.
So that's great. A lot of animated stuff also
That looks really
won.
good.
I think it's the only one actually.
Which one is your favorite movie that has won an Oscar?
Oh, bro, I don't even know which film. I don't watch films that win Oscars.
That's crazy, right? What happened? Like the movies that win Oscars, what happens to them? Like, they don't have like a replay value? Like if you guys had to mention movies that have won Oscars
I guess you have to also think about like
that you enjoyed.
Yeah.
what do these judges look at? Like, what's the criteria for a
That's
movie to
long,
be?
bro.
That's tough.
Because sometimes it's not even like it's not a mainstream thing. It's not like a commercial film.
Yeah, some of them are.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not popular. Like people like you know what it is.
It's not popular immediately.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like the people who are kind of like, because I would imagine if there's a panel of judges and they're looking at a movie, when you're discussing something with a bunch of people who, I guess, are veterans in a specific field, they're going to be discussing that thing in like an academic manner. So no one is there going like, oh, I love the film because, you know, it was a really cool film. You know, everyone is going there with like, you know, I really love how this.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah, there's like a lot of it's a whole conversation that has to be had. And so normally in those situations, why am I saying normally like I've been there? But I feel as if
Manifest, bro.
when
Manifest.
when you're in that kind of situation, you almost have to kind of like, if you're trying to argue for why a movie is good, you have to come up with like really good substantial things to say about the film. Right, so if you're talking about the meaning of whatever the scene was there and how, you know, they executed the you know, the whole point of the film in a certain way, then you have to like be able to justify that, and mostly that's like very academic.
Yeah, there's. I need to find out what the criteria is because it's quite interesting. I never actually thought about it because it's like it's a lot of things, right? It's like how the story flows. It's the production value.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, is it groundbreaking in any sense? Like in visual effects, is it groundbreaking? Is it introducing a new topic? Is it tackling something that is profound? And how is it tackling that? Did it do a good job of that? Is it, you know?
Yeah, and I guess it's good.
Yeah, it's a couple of things, yeah?
Yeah, it's good to know because we're like obviously directors and we trying to, you know, we obviously want to get that Oscar, and we need to find out like what those criteria are. But I hesitate because I'm like, should you just make something that you enjoy and then, you know, put it out into the world, and if it, you know, gets that kind of attention, you know that it's getting it from you still being true to yourself and just releasing something that's not based on certain parameters that you found. Like you didn't actively try to go chasing for an award. You just did something that was like true to you. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's good to look at them and like, you know, find out what, you know, what constitutes getting an Oscar for a film.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I'm sure if you release something, but it also just needs to be good. But if you're true to yourself as well.
Sometimes just look at the criteria and then break everything.
Yeah, sometimes, know the rules and how to break them.
Yeah, like in the pursuit of finding something new, you know, like look at all what won and what are the things that have been done, and if you need to elevate it or take it to another space that has not been seen before, that feels like a good recipe.
That film kind of made me think about how
Which film?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
There we go.
It made me think about how, like, what it's like being like a minority person in the entertainment space, in this in this particular manner. Because it's like Kwan, the Asian dude who got the thing, he was really happy when he got that Oscar. Like, he was very happy, you know. Like,
yeah, man.
He made a shout out to his mother. Like,
I was crying
because I've seen like some. Oh, and also his friend, the guy who played, he was like a very obese man. In
yes,
film.
that guy. He used to be in all the mummy films. I love that guy.
Gotta get his name, eh?
Yeah.
As you were.
No, the film is called The Whale. So yeah. So him and that guy, they got, I think it's their first Oscars after like
many years
being in the entertainment space for like 30 odd
Brendan
years.
Fraser. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 30 plus years. That's crazy, bro. And I'm just like how long? how long are you willing to like wait? Not even wait, but it's like,
But are you actively trying to? I mean,
You're not
yes,
waiting.
I think
we're trying to get Oscars, obviously. But I think when you,
accolades, man.
yeah, but when you, I don't know, when you make stuff, are you guys like the things you're making? Obviously, it would be great to win an Oscar, but
No, we're not making it for an Oscar.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to ask without
No,
asking. It sounds
no.
stupid when I ask it because obviously, yes, we're trying to win accolades, but we're not making stuff.
It doesn't
For
sound
I'm not.
Yeah, right.
Like, honestly,
I don't feel like I am either.
like, I don't know about you guys, but I've never been awarded.
what it how?
Like awarded, like even being.
What are you talking about?
like in school as well, like getting trophies and
Like,
stuff.
like it's not a thing, and it's great, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, it's almost like I'm not. This is tricky. Getting an award is great, but doing the thing is fun. Like, it's so much fun. Like,
True.
when we wrapped out,
The show that you guys were working on this past year.
Yeah.
yeah.
When you worked on that, what?
While we were working on that, like, the feeling, like, is so much better. Like when you finish the project,
Yeah.
it's done, it's gone. That those relationships are gone. That fun you guys have had, that journey, that learning, that is gone. Like, for me, it is about that moment.
The creation
The
of
creation of the
Yeah.
thing is more valuable than anything else. Like, that's always where I've been. Like, even when I finish a painting, I'm like, that was a nice journey. Let's move on. An award is like a cherry on top. It's not a thing I've like been kind of chasing, you know.
the thing. Yeah.
But also, I mean, look, an award for me it's recognition, right? So
Yeah.
if you were doing, okay, have you ever done anything, worked really hard at the thing, and no one paid attention to it? Because if that's the case, then that means that you really love that thing so much that regardless of what kind of attention or like, recognition you get from it, you will still do it even though people didn't care
Exactly.
what you're doing. So
Yeah.
do you know what
Yeah.
that feels like? To
I-
do something, put your all into it, and still see nothing,
I
like
do.
people not caring about what you're doing.
I think we
What is
all
that?
do.
What is it?
Actually, because the first part of our young careers, like when we were just drawing, like a lot of people were saying, this is not going anywhere, like why are you doing this, you should be focusing on school. That period of art, wasn't that the part where you were like doing something
I disagree with
and getting no recognition?
I
Why?
disagree with that, man. Like every time we've ever drawn, doesn't matter where, even before I met you guys, everywhere where I was always the best artist. So you knew if they thought people who can draw, you guys came to mind. So you're always being celebrated, even in the small ways. Like with
Yeah,
the
for
kids,
sure.
with the kids at school going like, oh, this guy drew Goku. Like you drew Goku, bro.
I guess that's true.
That's recognition. So it's like recognition. So you guys don't know what it feels like to not be
We
recognized
had
for
both.
the work.
We had both. Yeah.
What do you mean?
We had both the part I'm talking about and that, the recognition and the people saying, yo, where's this going?
Who said that to you?
Like most of my teachers.
Which ones?
They said what to you?
It's like, wait, like there was a moment when art and my math teacher before NSA, literally, well, I wasn't paying attention, so I was
Said
drawing
what?
and he was explaining stuff, and he literally took my comic at the time and stood in front of the class, and he was like, obviously in Vernac, he was like, yo, check this out, like this kid, this is what he spends his time doing. Why do you do this? Like, why do you do this? Like, where is this going? And I was like standing in front of the class. I was like, no, I like it a lot. I was like, why don't you pay attention and stuff like that? And it wasn't really, I didn't feel bad about it, but like now that I'm saying it now, it was kind of a little bit fucked up, but
Yeah, it's fucked up.
yeah,
But,
that's one of
pay
the things
attention.
that
Pay
happened.
attention
No,
in class
yeah,
for sure. But
I
mean,
never did that.
Where
but
it's going, it's like that stuff. Her saying, "Where is this going?"
him.
him.
No one knows where it's going. You didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
You were hoping it goes somewhere. And not even hoping, because
I wasn't. I
no,
didn't
when I was drawing, I wasn't thinking.
I wasn't even
"Oh,
thinking
I'm gonna
about.
go into. I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is something that I just really like to do.
I was
And
addicted.
In fact, I was waiting for the day where I have to let go of it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to let go of this one day because I'm gonna need a real job.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have to work. In fact, every time, the very first show that kind of made me aspire to any kind of job thing was probably like Generations. Like,
Why?
let me explain. So
Okay.
in Generations, right, the Morocco family had a media company, and in that media company there were people doing different things. So there there were artists, there were photographers, there were there were like journalists. There were writers and everything.
Yeah.
And there were like people starting from like intern level, and Queen was obviously like the receptionist, and you could see people like rising up the ladder in that media company. And I was like, this is probably the closest thing to what I want to do.
Yeah.
Every time I imagine myself as a grown up, I saw myself in a suit pitching
Wow.
an advertising idea to a client in the same way that they did on Thingy.
I get it. It's like
that
what
show.
we've been fed. It's like it was like the archetype of a job. You need to be in a cubicle, work your way up.
I never saw myself in the office with a suit. I couldn't even imagine myself in that. I didn't think about what gig, but I never, cubicle wasn't the thing. I knew for a fact. I was like, that is not going to be me.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Have you had that, Terence? Not like not being recognized for whatever it is you're doing at the time.
I've always been recognized, right? But there was this one instance. I might have told the story before, but there was this one instance. We were drawing. It was a competition. We were drawing Nelson Mandela,
Shout out.
linked with some mine company, and we had to draw the mine at the back and
Tough.
Nelson Mandela's face in the front, but whatever. And I had the best one in the class. Had the best one in the class. I knew it. I saw it. There was no match, right?
Yeah.
And then that teacher took it and didn't submit it. Everyone else submitted it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, that's weird.
Sabotage
I don't know.
by a grown up.
That's weird, right?
That's
and
insane.
then the prizes came out,
Yeah.
and there were like top 5.
Which school was it?
This
Oh,
is
wait.
Model
can't say-
Fontaine, bro.
Yeah, tough. So I know what.
You were in my school.
That's tough. Because I was going to ask.
It
was
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But it was primary school. So I can't even. I'll name the teacher. Whatever. Bleep it. It was Miss. So
Oh, jeez.
and so
Tough.
there was top 5. The kids won, and I was just like, they mentioned their names.
Because it was not
It's
even
like
close.
it's like top 5. So they named number 5, they named number 3, number 4, number.
And you're like,
So I'm like, oh boy, I know for a fact I won this.
Yeah.
I know I'm either number 2 or number 1, but it's definitely number 1. We get to number 2, I'm like, I got this.
It's
thing.
done.
It's done. It's not done. They say they're number 1.
holy shit.
Jesus. That's tough.
My heart, bro. My heart,
Like
dog.
Gandhi.
Yeah, dog.
But that I don't even think that's
But no, I know what you're saying. But I guess this is maybe a separate story. Gotta tell it.
Yeah.
And these kids won $500
Each,
bro.
bro. Back in the day, that's so.
That's
In
so
grade
much money.
6, what are you doing
bro?
with that?
I'm taking like, what? My parents are giving me $2,000.
I went home, I cried.
Of course, bro. That's latent sabotage.
I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. But that's crazy. Like, that's like, was I recognized? No, I wasn't recognized.
You kind of were recognized because she saw you as a threat.
Threat to
who?
You were gonna win.
It didn't even make sense.
You were gonna win. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, maybe she didn't like
She
it.
was
how
like,
long did they
no,
give you
you were
guys-
definitely gonna win. So she was like,
sure.
nah, I gotta eliminate this.
How long did it take for you guys to do the artwork?
Like 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
The most logical thing I can think of right now is that's not even like it's not. It's probably the biggest compliment ever. obviously it's sad that your stuff wasn't submitted, but it was
Sure.
like it's that good that she was like, your brother or your uncle drew this for you. No fucking way. This kid thinks he's smart.
Nah.
Coming here with
yeah,
like
well,
with like
I
a
guess.
really good.
First of all, we drew those in the class. So
Really?
long.
Okay. Then
She would walk around and see the shit. So
Yo, yeah. That's.
I don't know what was happening. Maybe it got lost.
golly.
No,
Maybe
it didn't
got
get
It
lost.
did not get
We know
lost.
what
Or
happened.
maybe it's framed somewhere.
We know.
Maybe
what
she took it
happened.
for herself.
Listen,
But
crazy.
to your question, no, I've never gone without being recognized. Oh, yeah, I do feel like I was the best, and that is the thing that keeps you going for sure. But there's another thing that keeps me going now. It's like I love this. I can't stop this. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm drawing, I can't like I can't stop this. Like when I'm working on my paintings, I don't really care about who's watching, who's saying what's the note. I'm just really
yeah,
creating
that
for my
feels
space.
nice, bro.
And I like that. And I also like the likes. The likes are good. People
course.
sharing my work is also nice.
I get so much anxiety.
Yeah. Why do people get anxiety from posting work?
Not posting, drawing.
Oh.
Yo, dog, this shit is killing me these days, bro. Yo,
What's up?
Just
I don't know, bro. Yo, just from finishing, and it's my own stuff. And sometimes, like, if a gig, but not as bad as my own stuff, bro. I don't know. I put myself on such a pedestal, and I always think about, like, you know, what artists our age were drawing like, and we're like, yo, by this age, I'm gonna draw like this, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm there yet, and it's all of that. Every time I try, even with the latest post, if I tell you how long I was holding on to that, and I was like, I can't post this. It's not.
How?
What is this? Yeah, like with each drawing, I'm like, the anxiety level's weird. It's like so weird.
That's tricky.
It's like the weirdest thing. Like right now, like each drawing, I'm like, I second guess myself, and it's something that I'm trying to, you know.
What do you think? Because
Go
I
over.
can only ask you, what do you think? What's the solution to that? Because you think about it, what's the solution?
It's not as fun as it was anymore. And the solution to it is, I don't know, man. I have to find it soon.
Because normally you're the one who would know the answer to it. I would suggest random things, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's all the things I've said before. So what do you think is the solution?
I don't know, bro.
It's tricky.
Like drawing is scary now. It's so scary.
Like even starting, you get like
Starting, I'm like, this is gonna look like shit. Middle, why are you doing this? This is gonna.
you know
turn up
people
like
watching this are like that's wild.
Probably.
That's wild.
Probably,
Not
but yeah.
panda. I mean, because it's like there's no way you think that.
Yeah, dog. I freak myself out, but I guess the answer might be the simple.
Because you see it in your head. You see what greatness kind of.
It's not the thing
is.
that's in here. Like it's, I guess it's gonna be like forever like that. But it's whatever I get out. It's never like what I'm thinking, and it's like it's super close
going, let me just-
right now. But like it's never. I don't know. It's just so much. But yeah, I have to tackle it because it's genuinely affecting, like how I draw. It's not fun. It's daunting.
So what do you enjoy doing then?
I enjoy drawing.
Okay.
I still like. There's a fun side to that anxiety. I don't know
Fun side.
if I'm addicted to it or something. But there's like when I do finally push through it and I get the piece out and it looks, it looks good or it looks as good as it can be. I'm always happy because I didn't let those feelings stop me from doing what
you
I
got to
love.
the top of the mountain.
So
You finished the thing you
it's
started.
a steep climb, but it's not. I don't think it's as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, it's almost like there's so much at
pressure.
there's so much stake, because it's just
There's
like
so much at stake.
you are panda, so what you have to post has to be panda level all the
That
time.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
I did it to myself though. Did it to myself.
I mean, bro, I don't know, whatever helps, but you are the best, dog. Like in terms of like this,
Thanks, bro.
This, like, nah, dog. Like, there's no one in Africa touches you. But anyway, we'll keep it.
Thanks, bro. I don't know about
Whatever.
it. Yeah,
No, but
thanks.
like how do you because I mean these are completely two different sides of the thing, right? Like how do you not get that anxiety? I'm talking to Terence.
In
like-
case he doesn't answer the question.
Do you never, so I mean like I can kind of maybe understand where Panda's coming from, because I've also had the same thing where it's like you think about, because there was a time when thinking about the end product excited me, and now thinking about the end product is like it's almost overwhelming. But also I know that, you know, if I don't do the thing, then I'm only just gonna feel worse.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
if
know?
you don't conquer it. It's like, is this the best you can do? In my head all the time. Is this the best you can do? And it's also like, you're only as good as your last drawing, so it's like
Because I'm trying to
wild.
I'm really trying to understand, I guess, like the psyche of, I guess, like different types of creatives. Because
Yeah.
I know you to be a very optimistic, you know, like person about everything. And so when you're talking about this, about your work, like it's
Mind blowing.
it shocks me, because I'm like, I never.
Yeah, it's a recent thing. It's not. It hasn't always been happening, and I'm trying to get a handle on it. But it's just the pressure, man. So much
Yeah.
pressure.
I guess for me,
Yeah, Terence, how you? It's almost like it's still a hobby for you, even though you get paid for it.
for me, it's like this, right? I love this thing, right? So I can't taint it. I can't
Yeah.
afford to
Yeah.
taint it. I can't afford to. This thing has to be around me, and I'm gonna have to be around it for the rest of my life.
What's tainting it look like? What does that look like? What do you mean by that?
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. But there's two things. There's that, right? I don't want to taint it, so I protect it. I don't take gigs I don't want. I focus on exactly what I want to do. If I don't want to do it, I also take breaks. Now, recently, and this is started January. Last year was hell. Like, I was working all the way through, multiple projects. But now I finally have a healthier grasp on this. You know, like the when I create from after having taken a break, I'm more relaxed, and I'm much more comfortable. I'm clear on where I'm going. Another thing that for me is important, and it might sound bad, sound arrogant, but it always works out. Like, my shit always works out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so good at this.
That's great.
No. Like, I'm not saying it like I'm like, there's a point where like I'm so good at this, not in an arrogant way, but it's like I've reached good, you know? Like,
Yeah.
now what I'm chasing is something else, and I'm gonna chase that, and I'm gonna reach it. I'm gonna reach the new heights of, like, whatever that looks like. But I know, to the average person, if I'm putting this out, it's amazing.
Would you attribute that to? Let me see. Is it just like the fact that you're resting, and that you only do what you want to do, as opposed to? Because I mean,
No.
like that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is like I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, you gotta
like
have
the different
a
ways of
balance.
thinking.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to understand the different ways of thinking, and like how you relate to the art, as opposed to how Panda's talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Like, how is he gotten to that point, and you are still here? Because you guys, you know, you kind of work in the same spaces and stuff.
Yeah. So here's my opinion, and it's like because you guys have seen me. I've been doing fine art for the longest time,
Yeah.
and I've taken a break from
Digital.
If I had stuck with digital, I would probably be where Panda is, and Panda might unlock another level with digital that is gonna free him. You know what I mean? Because we are all on different paths. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the moment I felt like how Panda felt, I knew that was my moment to go like, I know I gotta pivot. I gotta pivot. Because fine art adds to digital. Like my pivot is a continuation. I didn't stop. I didn't stop digital. You can say it stopped, but I didn't stop. I just continued in a different way. Yeah. So now I'm almost starting afresh while learning new things. So I'm adding on to this. I felt like I had finished digital art. Like if it was a game, character design and stuff, I finished it.
Got to the last level.
And this is not out of arrogance. Of course, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to explore. I can explore characters in different ways and different styles and all of that. But for me personally, I had finished it. Yeah, I had left so much library of art that people can look at and admire and reference and pull from and draw more from. But for me, in my journey for that period, I had finished it. I had to pivot to something else, and so now I'm rejuvenated again, and I'm getting my confidence back in regards to fine art, and it's really good, you know. And to get to that point, you have to practice. You gotta earn being good at something, you know. Yeah, man. That thing is earned. You have to earn being good at something, and there's a moment like artists are chasing this, and I think all the young artists should keep going, because there is that point where you're good enough. That point right at you can never be good enough like the best, but there's a point where you are really good enough. You're professional, you can be hired, you submit things on time, it looks great, people are happy with the work. There is that point where you're just good enough and you can now survive on that. And then from there, you need to find a new way to stimulate yourself, because now you're good enough. Now you know I can do this so easy. I can be laid back, and it is your now responsibility when you are good enough to now find new things to elevate your artwork and to elevate the whole medium of art. Because for me, it's like when I go into fine art, I want to elevate the whole medium of art, where I'm now introducing fine art to animation, and I'm really finally introducing something new eventually. That's my mission. So I'm on a mission, and it feels like I'm gonna get there eventually, and sooner than I think. And that, for me, I guess, it alleviates the anxiety.
So I guess then
the pivot.
The main thing is probably because I would assume that, not even assume, because I do know this, because one of the driving forces behind, I'll speak for myself, like me doing the art that I do, is the fact that I was not like the best at it, right? So like doing that, you basically, it's a whole process of learning. And like if you look at the artwork that you did in January versus the one that you do in December, it's completely different. But then
you would hope so.
No, generally that's how it works out. Like if you're doing something that often, like the first thing you do is very different from the last thing that you do. Yeah. So, and I feel like probably the growth thing that Terence is talking about is correct in terms of always trying to find a new level to reach. And it's like when you found a peak, like you know when you've peaked, right? And you can, like you said, when you're good enough, it's like there's really no more you can do. There probably is, but it's like
there is, but
it's probably not worth it. You know?
Yeah, like
maybe
I don't want to interrupt you. Like it's like the best. So you almost like you've grown enough in digital art, and you can always keep going, but that growth is going to be slower. But if you try a different medium and then you go back, that growth is going to be even better, because now you tried something else. You know, you've been repetitive for the past 10 years in the one medium. Yeah. Now trying a different medium will help you when you go back to this to the digital world again.
Yeah. I agree with that. So
it's a steep climb.
So maybe it's more just like, finding a new source of vitality then. So I mean, like I know you're interested in
Toys.
in creating toys. So maybe you should concentrate more
Yeah.
into that. Like you should probably like put, you know, a lot of your effort into that as opposed to still making digital the main thing. I mean, it's still the main thing for sure because it's like a source of livelihood, but it's like slowly trying to transition into a point where, in the same way, because right now, you know, it would be fair to say you're still like an amateur. You're starting out in the toy space, so that would probably be a good direction for you to go because it still feeds into the thing that you're doing. Because it's like if you're creating like kids shows that exist on like, you know, Netflix, Disney Plus, and whatever, that, you know, knowing how to kind of like merchandise, you know, your show and whatever is very useful when you're when you're, you know, going down the line with whatever it is that you're doing. So
Yeah.
it's probably just like, you know, just kind of like letting go of like it's working out already. Like your digital is fine.
Exactly.
You're good.
And the toy thing is cool. Like, I haven't forgotten it. It's just like I'm in basically an in-between process where I have like a friend helping me like figure out the next steps because I can only do so much locally, like with, you know, in terms of creating toys locally. So I had to, there was a point where I had to get help like internationally, which is the point I'm at. And that takes long because you know, you're sending out your toys, you're getting feedback and you're trying to do some stuff. So that's the stage I'm at with that. And instead of like moving forward and making the same mistakes, I'm just, you know, really trying to figure out how to move forward. And yeah, it's tough. It is the toy thing, but I also feel like there's got to be something else. It's either I push through with the digital thing and like get back to feeling how I was, or I find something to, you know, something I can gain some experience points, as gamers would say, and like feed back into the digital thing.
Yeah. And just to add on to this last point, it's like the thing that might revitalize you might not even be far off, you know, like it's like you now learned how to do characters and they look great, but you don't know how to present them to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like now you are now given an opportunity to learn how to, one of the most important skills now and going forward that is going to be very, very important. And I envy this for people who know how to edit videos.
Yes.
It's a thing I'm learning, and I'm learning it, and I know it's going to be crucial because now people are giving experiences from visual stuff, you know? So that's another thing that, you know, it adds on, it builds onto your, how you present your characters, how you present your paintings, how you present your life through editing. That is another thing, another rabbit hole that you can dive into and you will enjoy it, and that will serve you well 100% because now you are studying a tool that helps you present yourself in a professional way, in a clean, beautiful way,
more accessible way
to the world. You're making yourself more accessible, and editing is a really, really powerful tool for that. And now you can go into a rabbit hole of editing, go into Premiere, go into After Effects, go into Final Cut Pro. That is a very simple way to pivot while enhancing your work.
Yeah, because videos do really well, like more than just images. Like on Instagram, and you see obviously on TikTok as well, it's like videos, like there's a spike when you post a video, even if it's a still and there's some music or whatever and some well edited video, or something that you do. It does really well, and then, you know, you do get a larger engagement from it. So
another thing, I guess,
no, hold on,
is for me a balance is not just doing everything that you love. That's not what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah,
it's for me, there's a balance, right? I will take gigs that I don't love in order to sustain the thing that I love. You know, sometimes I hate. I'm learning to love pitching, pitching shows. It's a difficult thing for me, but now after having pitched so much, it has become a lot more easier, and it's a thing that I enjoy a little bit more. But I have to go through that suffering and that thing where I'm like, this is uncomfortable for me. But in order for me to get to a point where I enjoy it, I have to do it over and over and practice over and over. And
necessary skill in our line of work.
And one day
as
I
well.
would like us to actually go through a pitch or go through the pointers for a pitch so that they can kind of, you know, see how it works.
What I'm taking away from this whole thing is basically, I guess, like learning when to let go. Like, you almost have to. I mean, look, everything that you learn in your life is most probably going to be important for you going forward, regardless of where you're going or what you're doing. But there's going to be a point where whatever it is that you've learned or whatever skill that you've acquired during that time is most probably not going to serve you anymore because you've done all you can with that skill. And when that time comes, it would probably be within your best interest to know when to let go.
Yeah.
Like when to let go and start learning something else. Because you need to, you know, like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I feel like I'm basically making peace with the fact that I might never be happy. Like I'll never actually get to a point where I'm like completely
100%.
happy with absolutely everything that I'm doing and everything that I am, because in fact it would be most ideal if I was not happy, because then I'm always striving for something.
Yeah.
Even if I was happy, like it's just within me to not be happy. Like I don't know if I don't know. It
eliminates room for growth.
There was a time when we all lived at home and we're like, oh, how would it be if we moved out? And then we moved out, you know? And then you get to your first place, and then once you get there, the excitement literally lasts for like a week, if not a month.
And then the bill comes.
And then you have to, there's like obviously the rent.
Yeah.
There's like cleaning up. There's cooking for yourself. There's all these little things. And then, you know, at some point you're like, I don't know, like you might want to move into a bigger place. And even when you do move into that bigger place, your mind is always opened up the further and further you go into whatever it is that you do. So I feel like probably the only thing that I'm taking away from this whole thing, with like being overwhelmed by the work and stuff, especially I guess for me and Panda, would probably be like just learning to fucking let go, you know?
Facts.
Like let go and start something else. Because it's not like the only thing that we're interested in is just this.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are out there that I guess need us to kind of get started with.
Yeah.
And you know what those things are, but I guess just not taking that step into that direction is probably what's doing a disservice. Probably.
Yeah.
It's also like a mental thing. Like the amount of pressure we put on ourselves is good, but not to a point where it starts becoming unhealthy and you second guessing yourself. You should always have a level of, confidence
and you know
when
when
doing
you get
something
there.
you're good. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was it.
And you know when you've kind of reached the line, and I don't want to encourage people to go like, yo, abandon ship. You kind of know when
It's not really
you need to-
abandoning.
it's like you're pivoting. You'll come back when you have more to offer. You know, it's the moment where you know there's nothing more to offer. You know.
Yeah, and I don't think that's happening for me. It's definitely not having something to offer. It's about how I feel during the process.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. It's a mental thing. But yeah, that's a good one.
That's good.
I have one last one,
Go for it.
which we've been trying to talk about for a minute. I don't know. We could end on it.
Go. Let's see.
Cool.
Let's see it.
It's very sad. Yeah.
Oh.
The passing. We've been trying to talk about this for a while now, but each episode, like, gets corrupted or we lose the file because of load shedding and stuff. But it's the passing of AKA, and now recently we just heard like Costa Titch as well. So
yeah,
terrible.
Like Panda mentioned, we had actually recorded the first one where AKA was, we were kind of acknowledging that he had passed and it got corrupted. But now when we finally, we're about to actually record this one, last week we found out that, was it last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
It was last week we found
I
out
think.
that Costa Titch has passed on. So
Last week Friday.
So wild, man. It's just wild, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Like it's just so. It's kind of heavy, man.
So heavy.
I know it's a little bit late now to. It's never too late, but
It's never too late.
the timing of it. It's like the album has been released. Maskandi has been released, and I got to listen to it. It's beautiful.
So good.
It's amazing, man. Like it's so tricky, man. Like it's like the biggest artist has been outtaken from you, And you guys know he was like top one for me,
Yeah, number one.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like
Yeah, I think I would hear like new songs from him from you,
yeah.
like humming and singing along. So
Man, I really think it's wild how he was taken. Justice for AKA. We're still looking for answers. We're not resting until we find answers. But yeah, onto the album. For me personally, I'll go through the album like just mass country, Maskandi, for the masses of the country. It's a really good album. I enjoyed it.
you messed me up when you called it that. 'Cause,
Maskandi.
yeah, we were listening to it in the car, and I was sure it was called Mass Country, and it's just like a second name for it, right?
Yeah, just a
Yeah, it
second,
was just like I think I would remember if it was called Maskandi. Like my brain.
Yeah,
messed
it's
it
for the
up.
masses of the country.
Such a cool
and you
name.
can hear the elements in the music.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like something had finally clicked. There was this voice that he had in his music, this narrative or this sensibility rather, that he had in this music where he sampled South African music, and he would add South African references in his music, and he had his own style and his own composition of how he puts tracks together, and the feel of them, they would feel so authentic, so new, and in Mass Country, that sensibility is perfect. Like, I'm not saying the album is perfect, but that sensibility is perfect. Like, if you study that something clicked. If you study that sensibility, you'll realize that a lot of music and a lot of sounds are going to come from this. 2 seconds. A lot of sounds are going to come from this album because of how it sounds. Like, a lot of people are now going to start sampling specifically and having references specifically. He had moved past the lyrical part of music, and he's now feeding this sensibility that he was developing, and it was like quite commercial, but it was his own version of commercial. It was not going bar for bar and trying to, because he's quite lyrical. One thing about him is he's quite lyrical. He's a really good producer. He's multi-talented, like for real. Multi-talented. So, track 1, Last Time. I actually want to go through the playlist. Last Time is like a really dope song. Like, the first time I listened to it, I wasn't feeling it, because I was just like, it sounds a little bit, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but last time, man, he says so much in that first intro. Like he references a lot like a lot of South African moments. You know, it's like that. This album is about moments. Like he captured South African moments. I want to go specific, but I can't remember right now. But the idea is that he captures a lot of specific moments, and then he ties himself into those moments. You know, like he would mention Kulichana being the greatest. He would mention Tuksinganga. Like all these moments in time, and then he would plug himself in there. It's like he is also part of that moment, and it felt. I don't lie, man. Like this album does feel like the last one.
Yeah. There was things he was saying in each of the songs that was just like, first of all, I really enjoyed the album. It's one of my favorites. I think the last one
Are
I
we
enjoyed
allowed to
as
say
much.
it if it wasn't?
You can say. You have to, right?
Yeah.
You have to. I think I enjoyed Bovomania
Yo.
more than I thought I
All
would.
people cut your throat for that.
I know.
Apparently, nobody even enjoyed both of them. But
crazy.
for me, I'm very biased. I enjoyed every moment.
Yeah. But it was good, man, and it was just there were so many things he was saying that was so wild because now he's gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you almost like you could feel like he's kind of almost predicted.
Yeah, it was weird, bro.
His own demise.
Yeah.
Especially in diaries. We'll get to that. But, you know, for me, my favorite song in this album is probably Company's dope, but
Two girls not enough.
Everest is nice, man. Like,
I really like
am I
number
allowed
2
to do this? Am I allowed to play?
for like 5 seconds.
No, I can't do that. We're gonna get striked for
Are we?
yeah. YouTube. You know?
No, but like it's a really good album, and it's such a sad situation the way he left us as well.
Yeah, R.I.P.
But
AKA.
yeah. And Costa is a weird one as well because it's also tied to like us and like because apparently
He's our age, exactly our age.
yeah, but also it's like he overworked himself.
Is that the word?
Think so. Isn't that what happened?
I think it was an epilepsy.
Or was it epilepsy?
Yeah, I don't know. This is all like
Speculation. It is.
Speculations.
It is all speculation. But he was gone so soon, man. He was so young. And if it is like a medical condition that it doesn't make it, any better.
You know what? That's
Tough.
tricky, man. Because I'm not sure if you watched the clip, and if you're quite a sensitive person, don't
Don't
watch
look
it,
at
I
that.
guess.
Yeah.
But it's also like learning how to treat someone who is probably going through an epileptic fit. 'Cause
Yeah.
we had an experience
Oh,
with a
snap.
friend of ours who
Yeah.
had epilepsy
In high school, no.
in
less.
high school, and we learned how to treat someone of like who you gotta make sure that his tongue doesn't it doesn't bite his tongue, or you lay him on the side as well. We were taught that you lay him on the side. So sometimes it's like knowing these things can literally make the difference,
Yeah.
But also do your own research. We don't know entirely how to treat somebody with epilepsy. We don't know all the details. So it's really, really unfortunate. And sometimes when it's your time, it's your time. I don't know.
Yeah. What a 1-2 punch of like passings, man. It was like one after the other. It was a lot.
We haven't recovered from Ricky.
Still.
Haven't recovered from AKA.
Still.
Costa. R.I.P. Costa, man.
Happy AKA. RP Ricky.
R.I.P. Keenan.
Do you guys have anything else?
Yeah. Prayers to the family.
Yeah.
Yes. Prayers to your family. Prayers to Cairo.
Yeah. Hope the families are doing well.
Long live Super Mega live long. Costa Titch.
Yeah.
What is it? Titch Gang. Peace.
Is that good? Is
Yeah.
that good, please? Yeah. All right, guys. On that said note, thank you for listening. Please like
Comment.
Subscribe.
on the gang.
Yes, sir.